think I forgot you? I didn't. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. I am so happy that you are here in what is finally becoming spring. I don't know about where you are, but it's getting hot in Georgia. It's been raining a lot, but it was warm today, and woo, I'm getting hot in here. Might take off all my clothes. No, that'll never happen. Don't want to scare all the people off. I want to say hello to Kim Taylor, Southern Fried and Gluten Free. My friend, you'll have to go check out her site. It is so good. All the food looks so tempting. And Sad Star Podcast, hello. Thank you for being here. Vintage, as always, hello. I believe we do have Paranormal Witch Pixie. So happy to see you as always. Have I forgotten anybody? Debbie. How do I say your last name? I might have to. Jarez? Girl, I gotta get some new glasses. Jarez. Because these don't even work. These are prescription. They are not helping me a bit. And again, let's see, who else? Jenny M. Thank you for being here. And Jenny has a podcast. Girl. Oh, please tell me what it is again. I have a brain glitch. Girl. It's not Girl Chasing 40. It's Girl. Jenny, remind me. I'm sorry. Dana, say it. Okay, let me pull it up on. Say it like Yosh. Okay, good. Jenny, remind me what your thing is. Your vlog. I'm telling you, I'm having a brain glitch. And Kempire Daily is here. You'll have to check out all of his sites, Kempire Daily, Kempire Radio, and there is one more that I cannot recall. You know, these things happen. Girl Meets 40. Yes, thank you, Kim. I was like, girl chases 40? Girl, she's not even 40. So, but anyway, before we go further, let's play the opening. Tonight we're going to talk about, is it possible to manifest our life? Is it really possible to do that? Can we do that? And we're going to dive even further to all of the aspects that, sort of combine pieces and parts of this. People think it's just a ta-da! I'm thinking about it, it's going to happen. But there's a lot more to this thing. But let's... There you go. I love that opening so much because I feel like it really does speak for who I am. And I know that the number count might bug some of you. I hope it doesn't. But it really helps me to get geared up because, like going on a first date, I still get nervous. What is this? I mean, you have to know how important it is to me to connect with all of you. And I really do want to make an impact and bring good content to everybody, something that speaks to you or helps you in some way. Otherwise, it wouldn't make me nervous because I just wouldn't care. Because we all know that I have been on YouTube before. So it's not about that. It's just this is really important to me. You are important to me. So with that being said, let's move forward with the topic, with the content. So we're going to talk about, is it possible to manifest our lives? Does it affect us in that way, right? Is it possible to do such a thing? We hear about The Secret. That's been around for a long time. It's definitely been around. How much do we know about The Secret? They say to visualize and to bring it forth into your life. I think people took pieces of parts of that and they just ran with it and didn't really get into the whole different factors of it. They didn't dive deep enough, maybe, because manifesting is science as much as it is spiritual, and you have to be in the correct headspace, but you also have to do the work behind it. A lot of people want to manifest things freely. They don't want to do the work. They really don't want to do the work. There is so much more to it than that. When you manifest things, you really can manifest things in a good or bad way. And let me clarify that for you. Let's say someone says something to the effect of, I will never have the love of my life. I will never end my life with that person. I'm going to grow old alone. If that is their sole message, and they keep telling themselves that unconsciously and playing that message over and over and over and over and over again long enough, they don't even have to say it to people. If it's at the core of their being, and that's what they truly believe, guess what, people? They are going to create that essence. Yes, Jenny, it's called self-sabotaging. They are going to set it up in their life where they are going to attract people that aren't viable partners, or they're going to have a good partner, and they're going to kind of set it up where things will be going smoothly, and they're going to have unbelievable expectations of that partner to where that partner can't deal with it anymore and they will leave. Or they're going to push them away somehow. So ultimately, they self-sabotage any possibility. I'm so glad you're here, Sad Star. They're going to self-sabotage any possibility of having that partner in their life. And chances are, when they get really old, you will see them be alone. And people don't think about it like that. Kim Piner says, yeah, you have to be a magnet for attraction. You do have to be a magnet for attraction. Sad Star says, Paranormal Witch Pixie, there's so much that goes into that story, and it's surprising because, okay, that's a private conversation. Oh, sorry. Absolutely. Then you'll be alone. Now, if a person has this goal for their life and they feel like, I'm going to do this with my life. Let's say someone thinks they're going to be, let's take Madonna, for instance, right? She came in, I don't know her complete story, but she went out on her own and decided she was going to be a singer. She was going to be an actress. And she was going to do this and that and the other. She wasn't going to let anything stop her, even if she had to go in and make her way or do things out of the box. Take chances. Or sort of go in the back door, for lack of better. You get what I'm saying? I'm not literally saying go in the back door, but I'm saying kind of make her way in maybe unscrupulous ways. But her vision for herself was, I'm going to be a pop star. I'm going to be a top singer. I'm going to be in movies. I'm going to do this. That was her vision for herself, even if other people did not believe in her. She had her eye on the prize. Now, she did not break that cycle of belief. No matter what anyone said, she didn't break the cycle of belief. No matter if she wasn't eating, no matter if she didn't have a place to stay, no matter if she had to go couch to couch, no matter how bad things got, she kept that focus. Now, that being said, she was manifesting it. She kept that focus, but she still had to push forward and put the work into it along with the vision. Am I making sense? Too many people think, oh, I've got this vision. I'm going to make this vision board. I'm going to look at it every day. I'm not going to do the work. It's going to come knocking on my door. Kempire. Yes, he's a prime example. He's saying, you say it and it's already done. I think he's being sarcastic there. I believe he's following what I'm saying. If you say it, it's already done. Now, there's another aspect to this about resonating at a higher level that we'll get to in a moment, but he knows you have to put in the work. He hustles. He's got balls juggling in the air all times. Now, Kempire ended up having an interview with Oprah. Yes, you heard me right. Oprah, the queen of journalism, the queen of interviews. Oprah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Kempire. That was a vision of his. That was something he wanted to happen. He wanted to manifest. But along the way, he was doing the work. He was hustling. He was interviewing. He was talking about Oprah. He was on Twitter and he was talking about Oprah. And then, bam, all of a sudden, he's getting a live interview with Oprah. I hope he doesn't mind that I am telling this. But my point being is, you got to have the vision. You got to have the hope and the faith. But you still got to hustle, people. You still have to have the faith and move fearlessly forward, even in the hard places, even in the down and dirty, hungry, cold, painful places. Seriously. And I'm not saying that I am the person of perfection. I'm not saying I have all the answers. But some of you that know my story, and I'm not even where I want to be, but I could have easily rolled over and quit and called it a day and checked out of Earth. I kid you not. But I still have a bigger vision that I want to leave something behind bigger than myself when I leave. That makes a difference for other people. I mean, I do. At the core of my being, I do. Kempire says, I definitely knew I was going to interview Oprah one day, and it happened quicker than I expected. Now, you have to admit, that is amaze balls. What about trying to manifest something good, but the exact opposite happens and we attract bad things only? But you have to ask yourself something, Sad Star. When you're trying to manifest something good, but you have a name like Sad Star, what are you putting out in the universe? At the core of your unconsciousness, at the core of your soul, what is that deep down message, that unconscious belief that message that you deep in your, even if it's your childlike soul, right? That you play over and over and over and over again, especially when you hit a hurdle. That message that's on repeat, that has been on repeat for years. I mean, take a step back and be honest with yourself. I'd like to know. I mean, I'm not being facetious. I would really like to know, because years ago, I had one of those messages and I had to reprogram myself. Legit, I mean, not like a computer, and there's ways to do it, but with a little bit of help, I had to reprogram myself. And it takes work. Not only one career, but several. It may be that maybe you're hitting the wrong careers. Maybe some of the doors are shutting because it's not the right place. And maybe it's just about your own personal belief in yourself. Maybe you have the drive, but it's about your belief system. Sad Star actually was an inside joke about my depression with my friends. Sad is my constant mood, and star is what people around me thought I would be, but it just never happened. But here, in light of this sentence, is a lot of meaning. Sad is your constant mood. Star is what people around you thought you would be, but it doesn't say a thing about, is that what you thought you would be? It's not about what they thought you would be. They can think you would be that all day long. But if you don't feel that's what you will be, if that's not what you hold on to and you have faith in, then therein lies your problem. And you have to work on reprogramming your personal belief system, because if you don't, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not that you're not worthy. It's not that you're not talented. It's not that you don't have the ability. And it's not that you don't have the wherewithal. Sometimes it's just about, do you believe in yourself? Do you really believe in yourself? Do you believe you're a star? And if you don't, it's time to do some personal work, some personal development. And honestly, I cannot say enough about personal development. And, as I'm sitting here saying this to you, that may be as I get my life a little more situated and balance some balls and move some balls out of my way. If people aren't interested enough, I may ponder doing a personal development class or something. But that's a big issue. Paranormal Witch Pixie says, I want to manifest to finish school and get a job so bad, but down the road I've been having bad what? Bad lucks and hurt. At Dear Dana. At me? Or are you just posting the question to me? Bad luck and hurt. You mean bad luck because the last one you were just by a hair? And the hurt, who's the hurt towards? Sometimes your own inner strength and your want has to surpass all of that. Listen, I had someone dear to me say to a stranger once, yeah, this out of these 3 siblings, that sibling and that sibling finished college. That one did not. She got married first. And I was humiliated. Because some things had gone on. And I found it completely unnecessary to tell a stranger. And I felt like it was a way to dig at me. Okay? And I could have let that take me down 10 more notches, paranormal. I could have. And I could have just rolled in the words. I said, okay, they did, and I didn't. Maybe I'm nothing, right? But I took those words and I was like, I'd planned on finishing anyway. And I'm going to do this thing. No matter what it takes. I'm going to do this thing. It's going to be about me and only me. And when I do it, it's going to be because I want it to. Nobody had anything to do with it but me. So I eventually did it and didn't initially tell anyone. I went back and finished. I not only finished, I went to graduate school. And I'm not bragging on myself. Let me put it this way. I'm telling you for a reason, okay? I went to graduate school. I finished in almost half the time other people did with a 4.0. I'm telling you this for a reason, paranormal. You can either let it knock you down and roll under the wheels and stay there, or you can use it as ammunition for success, because you have to believe in you regardless of what you feel is bad luck. You have to make your own luck and not give luck or bad luck the power. You're the one with the power. You're the one with the power. You choose. Do you want it bad enough? Do you? And I'm saying that with all the love I've got, because I have been in similar positions as you, and I know it's possible. So if you want it bad enough, you go get it, girl, because you can. And again, please don't, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that whatsoever, period. As an egoic or braggy thing, I am not. Because let me tell you, I was on the struggle bus with some math in my graduate school. But I had to change my mindset. It made all of the difference. All of the difference. Black Lavender, you in there, and JC Bear too, and Marziah, and Cat B. Hello. I have to come over to Sydney, and we will go raging on Oxford and King's Crossing. Yes. Sad Star says, I came to realize what I want it to be and what I want it to do just recently. I had my whole life planned for me by people, and it failed, but now I started to take the wheel and drive this car myself. Sad Star, you drive that damn car to the top. Are you hearing me? And it starts with, what is your belief about you? You start there, and you don't deviate from it. You believe in you and change your language about yourself. That is where you have to begin. Kempire says, and your words are so powerful, so be mindful what you're saying and writing down. Yes. Yes. And thoughts are things, people. Thoughts are things. They carry power. When you take a moment and you think about or you pull up memories, right? You'll have to forgive me. It's so hot in this room. Woo! There's no air in this room. Our AC broke. So we've got window units in certain rooms. Anyway, thoughts are things. When you reflect on memories from an old relationship, you pull up something from your childhood. If you dwell on that thought long enough and it is not a good thought, you and I both know that thought can pull up some pain. Am I right or wrong? If you sit with that thought long enough and it was a painful memory, it can pull up some heart pain like it was yesterday. If you pull up a good memory, it can flourish you with love. If you feel all empowered and you focus on that, it can keep you empowered. Do not just minimize thoughts. Whoever came up with sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me was full of BS. That's the dumbest rhyme I've ever heard. When I was little, I'd much rather get spanked with a belt than sat down for 30 minutes lectured from my dad who was disappointed in me or who wanted to lecture me or carry on. Seriously. Much rather get a whipping and get it over with. Because at least it would be done. We have got to spend as much time on our insides and our emotions and our personal development as we do on fitness or fixing something around the house, learning how to cook, watching YouTube. Not that I don't want you to watch my show, if that's what we want to call it. We have got to take priority in ourselves. Look, as far as I'm concerned, personal development goes on for the rest of our life. I want to be better and better and better and better and make an impact or make a difference, even if it's minute, in the world until the day I die. What else is a principle for me being here? I mean, yes, I know mom, number one. Mom, wife, make a difference in the world. You know, all of our spiritual relationships are different. I know I had a near-death experience, and to me, God was not a person, but a whole being, spiritual being. And I'm going to say God, relationship with God. Yours can be called something, whatever your relationship is with the creator that be. I honor and respect. I'm calling mine God. But we have to spend time making a difference with ourselves and others. Vintage says, I remember hearing something when I was in Japan. They believe physical scars do not heal unless you've overcome the emotional pain. That's a good thought. I'm going to throw down the link. I'll add more to these conversations. I mean, there's so many things I can talk about. I mean, I want to bring up things such as more about self-fulfilling prophecy, self-sabotaging, visualization, staying in the moment, resonating our energy higher or lower. People don't stay in the moment enough. Let me mention that quickly before I drop the link. We need to take time to stay in the moment. We're so busy thinking about the past and looking at the future, making money, where we're going to go with our career, appointments we've got to keep, things we've got to do, that we do not stay in the moment enough. Unless we're making physical contact with a person. But when we're with ourselves, the best way to get back in the moment is to focus on a body part or something going on in our body. So if you want to get back in the moment, focus on the temperature of your skin, your hand. Look at your foot. Go barefoot and step on the ground and get grounded. If you have not heard me say this before, when we were small children, we ran barefoot, most of us, all the time. All the time. As adults, we rarely, if ever, do that. It's rare, unless we're at the beach. If you go outside and step barefoot on the ground, we all have energy running through our body like a freeway all the time. It's truth. We're made of water and energy. Why do you think you get shocked when you run your feet against the carpet, touch somebody? But you can get blocked energy in your body, tension, stress, where you compartmentalize things. If you go outside and step barefoot on the ground and do your conscious breathing, just stand there, you will literally feel more at peace. It's like that freeway of energy is tracking through the ground and sort of clearing out debris. It's an odd thing. Trust me. Trust me. You will feel the difference. It's very cool. And it's called grounding. It's not like a woo-woo thing. Not everything that's different is woo-woo. But, I mean, if you just stand there barefoot, just for a minute, breathe consciously, do it short, in through your nose, do it for, just do it for me for a minute, okay? Some of you have not been here. Hey, Queen Bee! Who else is here? Hello, dear Yvette. The Dear Yvette show, she's quite the singer, let me tell you. She has a beautiful voice. So happy you're here. Not paid by Monique. Miriam's here. Messiah again. I just don't want to miss anybody. Anyway, stand barefoot on the ground. Inhale deeply. Do this. Humor me, people. Just humor me. Just do not be driving a car when you do this. Okay, don't drive a car and do this. Dangerous. Hey, JC Bear. Okay, and Debbie. Okay. Inhale deeply through your nose to the count of 4 and hold it to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blow out through your mouth slowly to the count of 4. Good. Inhale deeply to the count of 4 through your nose. Hold it through your mouth. Good. Through your nose. Hold it through your mouth. One more time. In through your nose. Hold it. Out through your mouth. And if you did this, tell me if you don't feel more leveled out, at least. This is called conscious breathing. Because A, we all have to breathe anyway. B, we have this tendency, especially if we're rushing around and things are going on, that we go, we cut our breathing in half. We cut it short. We get too much CO2 in our body, which messes with our cells. It gets too much acid in our blood. Hey, Queen Bee. It's detrimental to us. We need the oxygen in our system and our brain to work more effectively. It also helps you to get in a better state of meditation, which also helps you focus. Good. It can help you focus better, get into meditation better, get into a better mindset, fewer headaches. It does a world of good for your blood pressure. And if you want to manifest better in all things spiritually, if you just want, look, meditation is key, people. People dismiss it so much, but it helps so many things spiritually, mentally, physically, health, everything. They are teaching small children to meditate at many schools now to help with their stress, lower aggression, help with their focus, and their grades are better. There's less acting out. There's less aggression. So it's starting younger. Anyway, I know you're probably tired of hearing just me. We're going to go a few places and down the rabbit hole and back up. So I'm going to drop the link, see if anyone wants to join me or ask some questions live. See if it'll go here. And here we go. I don't have any mods because I'm going to tell you, every time I add a mod, it drops the mods I saved. So I don't know what is happening. So people, be nice. I have officially dropped the link. Yes, Cat B says, it's amazing because too many times we forget to breathe properly. We do. I catch myself. Now, yoga trains you to breathe more properly. And sometimes people try to breathe more properly when they're lifting weights. Not always. But when we're running, when we're singing, you have to learn to breathe properly when you sing. When you are doing cardio, people are at the worst when they're doing cardio. Every time I try to share something, it pops. I see more and more people getting into meditation. Yes, I definitely want to learn Transcendental Meditation. Now, I heard that takes a lot of training, and that's on a whole nother field of training and money. But as far as regular meditation, there's guided meditation where someone can guide you through it. And I do a lot of that with people. And when you do it yourself, if all you do is that breathing that I just taught you and close your eyes, that is an easy, quick form of baby steps of meditation. If you just take a few minutes of being in a quiet spot and sit down, be still, and do that conscious breathing, that is a quick way of taking yourself into that state. Meditation helped me tremendously as well at Campfire Daily. Stopped doing it for a while and coming back to it. Hello, Campfire.
How are you?
I'm fine, and I'm so pleased to have you on here.
I'm so happy that I caught it because, my brain sometimes I'm like, oh, I missed it.
Oh, me too, let me tell you.
I love this conversation, though, that you're having on manifestation and meditation. I practice transcendental meditation for like almost 4 years now.
I've heard so many great things about it, and I'm trying to, but you have to have sort of your own guru to train you, do you not?
Yes, you have to have your own teacher. There's a whole process. And I think they've started implementing now with, COVID and everything like that, but they've opened back up. So they are teaching again. But it's the only, I've tried so many different meditations. It's the only one that has stuck with me. And this one is even more, I wouldn't say challenging, but it's twice a day, every day.
And did you have to go to a place to learn?
Yes, it's funny because this particular place in Manhattan. I would pass by it all the time. And I finally decided with my friend to go in just for like an orientation to tell you a little bit more about it and things like that. And then the training is only, I believe it was like 3 days. And it's like a couple of hours each day. And I still, now with COVID, they have this Zoom calling where you can call in and you can meditate with thousands of other people. So there is that sort of lifetime guidance that you always have. You can always go back to the center and get a refresher or speak to someone and things like that. So it's an investment because it's not cheap either, but
No.
it's worth it if it's a lifetime of support.
Can you tell them a little bit about it, if you don't mind?
Sure. Transcendental meditation, I'm not an expert. I just practice it. I'll just preface that by saying that. But it's twice a day, 20 minutes, and then additional 2 to 3 minutes, once you're done with it, just to sort of kind of come back to the present. And every meditation, it's very easy in comparison to a lot of meditations where they say, oh, you must completely erase thought and go into this whole trance-like experience. Transcendental meditation is completely the opposite because they actually have science behind a lot of their work. And not only was that appealing to me, but the ease of it, that thoughts aren't what people have always said they were, that, oh, you have to erase thoughts when you're meditating. No, thoughts that you're having during your meditation is just the release of stress. And if you have a lot of thoughts in one meditation, that's okay. It's just the natural part of what your body is doing to help you. And every meditation is very different. And even people like myself that have been practicing for, a few years, some people that have been practicing for 20, 30, 50 years, they say every meditation is very different. In some meditations, they have a lot of thoughts and they're like, oh my goodness. Because when you have that one good meditation, and I say good for lack of a better word, where it's almost like, wow, you feel a huge difference. You want that every time. So people would get addicted to that. But I can tell you, I meditate every day. I've been very religious about doing it. And that's every once in a while. And when I do get that, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. But even when you don't have that, you should understand that your body in every meditation, even if you don't feel it, is healing itself. If you're getting a lot of thoughts, even if you're just taking that moment just to do the meditation, your body is healing itself, even when you're not realizing it.
Yeah. When I do some guided meditation with people, sometimes they'll be like, I don't feel like, it did what I thought it was going to do, or I wasn't fully attentive, and I'm like, it's okay.
That's the thing where we're all trying to achieve this sort of perfect moment with meditation. I think we're all expecting to be gurus once we've meditated, but that's the great thing about transcendental meditation is that there are these little things happening that they've studied scientifically happening within the body when you're meditating. Even the minute you close your eyes, something is happening. There's a healing happening with your body. And now when I have a lot of thoughts, I still have to remind myself, that's okay. That's all right.
I kind of feel good now that, I still want to train for the transcendental, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But I feel good in a way with my own meditation practice because I don't feel like I'm that far off from the transcendental.
And I think that's an important thing too. Everyone has to find what works for them. Just because TM works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for every single person. Like I said before, I tried other meditations way before TM, but TM is the one that stuck for me. And there are all kinds of forms of meditations. That's not, the automatic Om. It's working out. It's listening to your favorite song. It's dancing. It's doing the thing that brings you the most joy. There's all types of meditation that people don't even realize. Even go standing on the grass with your bare feet and just breathing. That's a form of meditation.
Yeah. And, I tell people a lot too that you don't really, because they get scared. They feel like even if you're doing guided meditation with them, right? Or even with people I've done hypnosis with them, they're afraid they're being controlled. No, you're not being controlled. You're controlling you. You're controlling you in the hypnosis. But when they're driving down the highway and all of a sudden oh, I'm at the exit to my home. I didn't realize I was already here. That's highway hypnosis.
Wow.
When you've been driving and driving and driving and you're thinking about the song, you're thinking about somebody or a situation, and you're so used to driving that route that you have to pay attention because you're already at turn off.
Not being fully present.
Right. Which they don't realize, it's a little dangerous, but it happens all the time.
And even when you're not driving, there are moments even throughout the day, what we call daydreaming. Sometimes you're automatically doing something. Sometimes I'm like, wait, what was I doing? Wait, what was I? I had this the other day. I was like, I came down here for something. What was I looking for? Completely went into another space.
I can walk through the house to go get something, and I forget what it was by the time I get to the end of the house, and I have to stop and go, now what? Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Makes you feel bad.
That's why sometimes when I bump my foot or my toe or my knee or on something, I always take that as a sign from the universe, God, whoever you want to call it, as a reminder, pay attention, be in this moment. You're not paying attention. Right.
And that's what I was trying to tell people about. We're so often, most of the time, not in the moment. Not.
It's true. Because we're thinking about what happened yesterday, or we're thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, or what's going to happen in the next hour.
Or what I'm about to fix for dinner, or did I mail this bill, and it's sort of sad in a way if we took the time to think about it. So I call it snapshots. I try to pause and look at something and eyes wide as I can get them, stare for a few seconds, and then close my eyes and take that same image in my brain and create a snapshot of it.
Wow.
To capture the moment.
Yeah.
To make myself be present.
Not to bring up Oprah, but and I grew up loving Oprah. So like as I said in the chat, it was inevitable that we were going to have that conversation. But one of the things that she says that she used to do on her way from her apartment to the Oprah Winfrey Harper Studios is that she would look at the environment that she drove past every day. Because like you were saying, when you're driving, you see the same thing all the time. But she said she would purposefully look for things that she didn't notice before. And that's a great way to be present.
I mean, think of all the things that were like, oh, I didn't know that was there. Like you said, things we didn't notice before. So, not all of the time, but I'll walk to my mailbox. My driveway's really long. And sometimes instead of walking back in the house, I'll detour and walk and try to look at the flowers individually. Just, really, it sounds lame to people. But
it sounds pleasant to me.
But, just detour into my yard and go in areas of it that I wouldn't normally go.
I've done something similar, because normally when I'm leaving my house, if I'm walking to, wherever I'm going, sometimes I'm so used to, the direction and the route that I always take. So every once in a while, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take another route. And then you're so surprised at what you bump into. But I'm the type of person that always thinks, you know what, let me make sure I look right when I go outside, because you never know who you're going to meet. Because I dwell in that possibility that it could be that. It could be that moment. And I think a lot of people need to feel like that at any given moment, something fantastic, not something bad, but something fantastic can happen to you.
Lord, I'm from the South. I'm not going to walk to my mailbox looking like a complete haint.
Good point.
But Mom used to say, girl, I know you're not going out of this house with no lipstick on.
Oh.
Well, women in the South,
they don't play that. Here in the North, they'll go to places in their pajamas.
Well, I can't say about Walmart now, but
I have been to Walmart in Tennessee, so I do recall seeing some interesting characters.
Well, I'm Atlanta,
Okay.
so you know how that goes. But, I was talking to someone just today or yesterday, and I was trying to explain to them about even the self-sabotaging behavior.
And we all do it.
Yeah, but it's so dangerous.
It is. And it can be very subconscious.
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of people are subconsciously self-sabotaging themselves with their thoughts, with the things they said, to themselves, more specifically. So we probably don't label it as self-sabotage, but it is when we're saying, oh, I'm never going to meet that person, or I'm never going to have that job, or this is never going to work out for me. Oh, good things don't happen to me. Oh, I'm broke. Oh, money is the root of all evil. All those things. And that's when I would hear people say things like that, I would always get like, that's not true. That doesn't resonate with me. So I'm very conscious on the things that I say and the things that I think to myself. Because more importantly, a lot of people say things, but what they're saying to themselves is a lot more negative and a lot more self-sabotaging than they even realize, because they're thinking it, but they don't realize, oh my goodness, that's creating my experience. That's creating what's showing up in my life every day.
I mean, it's just like I was raised that it's good to help people, but you don't take help. Your pride, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then as I dove more into my spiritual journey, there has to be spiritual balance. You can't keep giving and giving and giving and giving, and then it be like a teeter-totter.
Yeah.
So if you're good at giving, but you're not good ever at receiving, there's a problem.
Definitely.
And I'm not saying you go out and ask for money. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to give you something with love and you have issues with receiving, that's a problem.
Mind you, the person that's blocking the receiving probably was saying, I want love, I want money, I want this, and it shows up, and then they're saying like, oh no, I can't do that, I can't take that. They don't realize this is what you've been asking for. It's showing up, but it's not showing up the way they expected it to show up.
Right. It's not showing up the way they expected it, but they're also putting a message out there that I'm not worthy.
That part.
And you feel it hard and strong.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they're not saying those words, that unconscious message is going out there.
It's true.
So it's a slippery slope.
But like I said, that's part of the reason why it's so important to me, especially during the pandemic, was to really say my affirmations every day, because subconsciously we are saying negative things to ourselves and not even realizing it. So when I say my affirmations, or if I write my affirmations down, it helps. You know what I mean? So for anyone that is consciously, doing those things, or subconsciously doing those things to themselves, affirmations and writing them down specifically is very, very powerful.
And here's my question too, not just as a person from a psych background and a spiritual person. Let's see, someone in Walmart late at night, dressed all in black with giant bat. Oh my Lord!
Walmart is the best place and the worst place at the same time.
I think I would be so running.
I would have ran out if I saw that person.
But how come it's okay for us to lift other people up and make them feel good, but we beat ourselves up every day?
I think that it is. I think that's part of the world's conditioning, and I think that is something that I think more and more people are starting to learn and understand and realize, and it's becoming clearer for people from meditating, from living a more, more mentally focused life, going into therapy and understanding what happened in their childhoods. So I think it's all of those things, and we're starting to move away from the traditional what it is supposed to be the way that we're supposed to live our lives. That's why people are going more in a more spiritual direction versus a religious direction, or both.
Right. And we can't raise children with any self-esteem or worth if they see us beating ourselves down.
Yeah, it's true.
And I always had to be mindful with my daughter, especially because I would have the tendency sometimes to be like, Dana, you're doing a Dana thing again. And I didn't want her to take on that significance. So I had to become more aware when I would hear her say something to me,
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't go out in the world and think, well, I can't do that because XYZ.
I think that's great, because I think a lot of parents, and I was having this conversation with Adam, our friend, on the podcast, and we were talking about, besides housewives, we were talking about family and about our parents and what our parents expect from us, and it was just a reminder. And I've had this conversation with multiple people in regards to, we need to forgive our parents because they're only human, and they're only going to do what they know how to do and what they've been brought up to do. And some of us will make strategic steps to, not do that. And some people will just relive what their parents lived as well.
Right. I just choose to fill the glass half up. Now, again, I know you know I lost my kid, my son, but for a little while, I have to tell you, that dark place was comfortable. But I couldn't breathe there.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to make a choice to put some good back in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's when you started to feel better.
Yeah. It goes back to, you have to make a choice.
And it's okay to be in that place for a moment. Just don't stay there forever.
Right. But it's just like when we make the choice about how our parents treated us, or whether we want to stay in a dark place or a sad place or negative place, or everything is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness, joy, all of it.
Your thoughts, those are all choices.
Sad Star wants to come up with us. She was the one talking about her careers.
Hello guys.
Hey, Sad Star. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry about the audio. It's a little bit glitchy because I'm using the very, very horrible headphones. I just got lost for a second. What were we saying?
We were talking about choices.
Mm-hmm.
About.
Okay. So I'm very open about like sharing my own experiences on my YouTube channel and my other YouTube channels, like on Adam's channel. Sometimes I share my experiences around there. Dana knows me from there.
Yeah.
So for the past 2 months, I've been going through a lot, and I've recently realized that more than a month ago, that everything that has led up to that point of my life wasn't really my plan, because I was raised in a way where I wouldn't even know how to plan things, how to know things. I was like kept like a blind kitten. So I wouldn't know what to do. So my family took control of everything, every single plan that's going to happen for me. And when I got to a point where I'm a college dropout, I was a medical student, a fourth year medical student, general medicine. Um, I was suffering from 17 years of depression that I never got treatment for, trauma. I'm broke. Me and my family are broke, and now I can't find a job. My YouTube is flopping. There's nothing that I can do, and I've been living in isolation for 2 years. Even before the coronavirus started, all that I did was go to college, never talk to anybody, and then come out like leave college and go get groceries and never see anybody. I was living in an apartment in complete isolation. To be honest with you, at some point that isolation became a very, very safe place for me. It was a very safe place. I lived alone. I don't have to see people who would hurt me. I don't have to be attached to people, because I know that people in my environment are not people that I can depend on. My issue is that one of my issues actually that I understand is that I would be very loyal to people, but I would not be um, getting the same treatment. For example, just an example. For example, Dana would ask me for some help, and I would do my very, very, very best to help Dana. But if I'm in trouble, for example, I've been kicked out of my apartment, which happened several times, and now I'm homeless, literally in the street, and I would ask Dana for help. In my own mind, I would expect Dana to have the same morale or have the same thinking, that if like she would also help me, because in my mind I thought that's a normal thing for people to do. But Dana didn't just like give me the same energy. She didn't help me back. So that led to me being very surprised, being very isolated, being very heartbroken. So
She's using
many
me as an
things.
example, by the
Yes,
way.
example. Yeah, it's an example. Of course, it's an example. Girl, you would never leave me homeless. Come on
No.
now. You would never do that. I know that. So this is one of my issues. Um, so after everything that has led up to my life, it's a complete failure. Everything. Um, I was like, okay, let's just think about this. How about we get out of the comfort zone? How about I get out of my comfort zone? How about I get my ass out there and I go find myself a job? And I actually did. I was supposed to work for 9 hours every day. I worked for 19 hours and 17 hours just so that I can pay my own rent, so that I can pay my bills, my medical needs, all of these things. And it made me feel good. I had something to do. It was a lot of pressure. It took a toll on my health, but it put me out there. And I learned a lot of things about myself and about what I needed to do. Now, somewhere in the middle of that, when I was working 19 hours every day, and then the next day 17 hours, and then one time I worked a 26-hour shift, a morning, a
Whoa.
night, and another 26. Because I used to be a fund recovery consultant. I used to work in a fund recovery consultant firm. I was supposed to be like a professional case manager. That means that people who get scammed, they would call the company, and I would respond to them, and I would take on their case. And I'm supposed to know everything about banks and how they function, and financial entities, ombudsmen, all of these things, like are for many countries. So I had a lot of like information to learn, and thankfully I learned them, and I'm very thankful for that experience. But my family started intervening. They were like, the amount of money that you're taking is not equal to the amount of time that you're spending. You're getting paid for 9 hours a day, but you're spending 26 hours and 17 hours and sometimes 14 hours. Stop this work. Quit right now. We want you. You wrote a contract, but we want you to quit right at this moment. Leave. Pack your bags, like pick up your bag, your handbag, and leave this office right now. This is not a job. And what I did tell them, which was a first for me, I told them, no, I'm not gonna leave this job because you cannot pay my rent. I was recently homeless. I recently had a stroke that I couldn't pay for. I'm sorry.
Oh, honey. I'm so sorry.
Um, I don't like to get emotional. This is
It's
the
a,
first time that I actually get emotional in a live stream.
you
But
need it.
I told them, I just had a stroke last weekend and I got robbed and I got beaten in the same day. And I need this job right now to get on my feet. I need to continue this job for as much as I can so that I can get a salary and pack my things and book my own ticket and come back home. Because you guys are not going to do this for me. You're not going to pay my rent. You're not going to pay my bills for the hospital or my medication. You can't even like help me with my education, and I've been doing these things for months now. So what I'm gonna do right now is that I'm gonna continue this job whether you like it or not, because I'm the one putting in the work, I'm the one hustling, I'm the one trying to get this bag, and I'm not gonna leave. And that is true. This is what happened. I just quit my job because I'm leaving Ukraine. I'm traveling, so I cannot stay for the job. But I did get a very big salary, and I got extra money more than I was supposed to get. And I've been the one who's helping and supporting myself through all of it. They told me no, we can figure it out. We can try to get money and support and stuff like that. And I told them you guys have not been getting you have not found a job for 10 years. 10 goddamn years, and I found a job and I helped myself. It's time that I take control of my own life, work at my own pace, do what I want to do, so that if it fails, I hand the responsibility and I can pick myself up from where I stopped. And if it works out, I'm glad that I got to this point. Whatever result is happens, whatever I get, I want to feel like I am the one responsible for it. I don't want
Yeah.
to sit there and be helpless, you know? Yeah, this
This
is
is your
what
mom and dad?
This is my mom and my grandma. My dad is a whole other story. I haven't seen the man in almost 22 years, and I'm gonna meet him by the end of this month when I go to Egypt. Gonna take his ass to court because he hasn't paid child support for 18 years, and it's time. It's time for it. It's time he pays it back. It's my legal right. So,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even much. It's like $3 each month, and that's it. Because back then, like the money and the calculations in Egypt were crazy.
I'm so very sorry all of this has happened to you. And I
Yeah,
hear the strength in your voice that you've stood up on your own.
it's been 4 years. 4 years of so many different things that nobody could ever think of and imagine. And I don't know if I'm thankful that God taught me the lessons that He taught me, but I realize that now is the time for me to pick it up by myself. Like for example, right now I already have a job lined up when I go to Egypt. I'm already gonna go for an interview in a big chemicals company. Thank God for that. Um, I'm also going to be the sole caretaker of my grandma. She's elderly. Um, she counts as disabled. Then I'm also going to be her only like caretaker. And I'm gonna be around YouTube having fun too during my free time. So you guys are gonna see me around like a lot. I'm gonna try to get this podcast thing working, but like everything, I don't know. I've been gone for 2 months and now everybody's like really sleepy. Like nobody's doing any videos. And like it has been really active, but now it's a little bit more calm around this community.
Well, maybe you can switch your name to a. Well, you don't have to switch your name, but maybe it'll help to come up with a more powerful to let
More
go of
powerful
some of
name.
that.
What do you guys like? Do you guys have any advice to give me right now
Insofar as what?
in anything?
Well, I want you to make sure your health is in check.
Oh, that's a good one. The worst thing that's going on for me right now is my health, to be honest.
It sounds also like your mental health is. Are you speaking to a therapist?
No, I was supposed to be speaking to a therapist because at some point my depression got so horrible during my time in high school, and I was hospitalized because I had an eating disorder, and the depression was taking a toll on my health physically. So it wasn't
Mm.
only mental, it started like taking like it, I looked really weird, to be honest, during my time in depression. So I was like in the hospital for a couple of months, but due to the fact that my family don't believe in depression or all of these things, I never actually got to see a doctor to be like properly diagnosed with anything.
Right.
But
Mm.
what the hospital told them is that I have severe depression and I should be seeking a therapist and seeing if I should need any medication or not. But till now, I have not seen anybody because I couldn't really afford it.
I wouldn't. I know. I don't know where you're located, but I definitely think because it's listening to your story. I definitely think that should be high on your priority because working is important. I get it. You got to pay your bills, but you can't pay your bills. You can't keep a job if you're not mentally there and mentally able to take care of yourself. And I think the stroke and all the other things that have been happening in your life are just signals from the universe, from God, whoever you want to call it, as, oh, sad start. It's time for you to really take care of yourself. Start from the inside and then, everything else on the outside. And the first thing that I would do is definitely speak to a therapist. There's
Yeah.
so many great options in regards to online therapy, especially right now.
Yeah, I also want to see online therapy. It's just that it will be a little bit difficult being online when I move to Egypt, like by the next 2 weeks. Because right now
Mm.
I'm in Ukraine and I'm Egyptian. So I'll be going back home. It will be difficult because I will be around my grandma. And to be honest with you, even I never show my face or my real name on the internet because my family don't know about YouTube. They don't know that I have two channels. One is 11,400 and this one is 400 something. They don't know about this part of my life. They don't
Yeah.
know who I am. I tried opening up to them. They just don't accept the idea as an even
Yeah.
as a joke. You know what I mean? So it is a bit difficult to do that.
But Kempire is correct, and I am both. We're both correct. And when I said health, I meant globally your health. Because if you don't get all of that in check, you're not going to be able to take care of your grandmother. You're not going to be able to do any of it.
Yeah,
So, whatever you have to do, and I don't know what insurance or health care is like when you go back to Egypt, but you really, really do need to get it checked, all of it. One affects the other, and you won't be able to take care of your grandmother like you need to if you don't get the help you
yeah,
need.
yeah. I'll
And you will
probably
feel so much better if they can get you on some kind of treatment.
So what I plan to do is my grandma usually goes to the neurologist because she has also issues due to her own stroke. She had four strokes and it causes personality disorder. So when I take her there to her appointment, I'm probably gonna ask the doctor a few questions and see if I can have my own appointment with him. And
Good
he doesn't
idea.
need to know about that.
No.
I'll just sneak like a 10-minute like private 10 minutes in with him or her.
And tell them you had a stroke while you were in the Ukraine
Yeah, yeah.
and that you think you need some other help as well.
Yeah, I also started developing hives on my body, and turns out it's not a dermatological issue. It's more of if I'm happy, any kind of reaction that comes from me, like if I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm nervous, if I walk too fast or react in any way, I start getting hives all over my body. And it's due to the fact that my nerves are a little bit, you know, affected by everything.
Yeah. Again, it's a signal that you need some treatment.
Your body's
Yeah.
speaking to you and you're not listening.
I'm listening, but there's no way, there's nothing that I can do. Well, at least, no, no, let me change that. There was nothing that I can do, but I will start working on it. I
Okay,
am
good.
working on it. Because somebody said in the chat that I should stop. I should change the way I was speaking or I am speaking about things so that the manifestation can happen much better.
Well, I mean, just start with, until you can get the help you need.
Hmm.
Start with the breathing exercises. Start doing things to take care of yourself, right?
Little by little, don't, nothing's going to happen overnight, but the minute you start to, because look, my spiritual journey has taken many years to get to this point before I found TM
Same.
and things like that. So, and everyone's journey is going to be different. There are people in their 40s, 50s, 60s that are just beginning their spiritual journey. But what the person in the chat was trying to say to you is that your words create the experience. So if you're experiencing all of these signs physically, mentally, people around you, it's partially what you're saying to yourself. It's partially what you're saying to us. It's partially what you're saying to other people in your life. So start little by little, start saying more positive affirmations that I am well, I am, developing, all the tools that I need. So start with the little by little with that. Hey, Miriam.
Hey, hi
Hey,
guys.
Mary.
Hi. Hi, Sad Star. We need to change your name tonight. That's it.
Oh my
Start
God.
with the name.
It is, but it is a start. I mean, when you feed yourself with negative self-talk, it elevates your stress level.
Yeah.
I can tell you, every time I say my affirmations, it shifts. It shifts my mood. Even the breathing. The breathing helps shift your mood. Moving your body helps shift your mood.
I mean, you can't be angry and dance at the same time.
Yes.
You can't. You might be
Yeah.
angry 5 minutes later when you're
That
done.
is so true. That
But
is
you
so true, Dana.
but you can't be angry and dance at the same time.
Oh
Oh
my
God, never. That is so true.
Well, unless you're drunk, if you're drunk, that can
Well,
happen.
No,
that's
but you're not angry. No, if you're angry drunk, that you never dance.
Really?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm 100%
I've
sure.
some some angry drunks here and there before. And well, you crave
Dancing?
different. You crave,
Angry
yeah,
drunk dancing?
yeah, like angry dancing. Like they're really drunk and they're out of their mind and they're like, you know, like throwing their hands in the air, like punching the air in the disco and the club, and it's crazy. But we just sit there and watch.
And look, the thing is, all these things that we're saying are great, but if there's some serious, maybe chemical imbalances, maybe there's something that an actual mental health expert will say to you that, oh, this is what's going on with you. You need to be on a certain type of medication. That should be your priority, because
Yeah.
then you can start implementing everything else that we're saying.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I was just listening to everything you're saying, and I can relate somehow to the part that you um not relate. The word is understand, because you said that you're Egyptian. I kind of knew before you said that you're Egyptian, you
Oh
know?
my God.
But this is the thing. Let me tell you something. I'm Lebanese. I
Hmm.
was born in Brazil. My parents are Lebanese. I lived in Brazil. I lived in Lebanon, and now I live here. I'm going to tell you something. If you are going to be worried in making everybody happy, you are set for failure. So one thing I learned is that if you don't pay my bills, you don't get to say a word. Period. End of story. Yeah, like that was a long learning process for me, but like it's not like I found the recipe of happiness. But let me tell you something. I'm like, whatever I do, I'm unapologetic. The only people that I am concerned, and to a certain extent, are my kids. Other
Hmm.
than my kids, I don't care what people think about me. Even like my mom, she's very hard. She had a different plan for me, and which is the opposite. Dana, you said like from the siblings, you were the last to get in college. I'm the only one in my whole family that went to college. I've been fighting all my life since I'm 14. I never
Mm.
had anything handed for me, not even school. But this is like, and now I got to put, I'm tired, but I know that for things to keep changing in the right direction, I have to keep fighting, or else what, what is life worth for? It's not worth it. So for you, like you're saying, you don't want your family to know what you're doing, nothing wrong. Like, it's going to be liberating. Believe me, it's going to be liberating when you live your truth, because you know what? I think you're scared of something that's not really there. Like my mom, she had a lot to say on what I wear. Like, not only that, like my whole family was against me filing for divorce. And I found myself like 13 years of miserable marriage.
Mm.
The only good thing that I had were my kids. But it got to a point I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even have a girlfriend to go with me to the lawyer, let alone the day that I signed the papers. I was on my own. But guess what? I don't regret it. It was hard, but it can be done. I feel like it's in your head, like the fear or the fear of judgment. I think that's what you suffer from. I'm no expert, but I'm telling you, I can relate because, we have a lot of that dual thing going on when you're trying to break out of the Middle Eastern norms or
Yeah,
whatever they
yeah,
are,
yeah.
and to live the way you want to live. So, it's not like I'm partying like every night. Like, look at me. Saturday, I'm with Dana, I'm home.
We all
Right.
are.
I'm home.
And we're
I'm
talking about
home.
manifestation therapy and
Yeah. So this
look,
is
the
why,
best
like, you
way.
need to think, you need to start talking about, come up with a plan. Nobody will know more than you what went wrong in your life and how much it hurt. But just like in lieu of the topic of Dana, put up put on a plan. What are you gonna do as soon as you hang up the phone tomorrow to make you feel better, to take care of yourself? Because you seem so young,
Yeah.
like your voice is very young.
I'm 21, going on
Girl,
22 this month.
oh my God, she's a kid. She's a kid, and talking like that, you still have so much to live.
You've
Oh,
taken on too much responsibility. You need to get your health in check now
yes.
so you can fly like an eagle,
Oh,
girl.
she will. She has all the
You
time
know,
on earth.
when it, I know Maryam will understand this because, of the Middle Eastern mentality and stigma and all of these things. It just didn't come from a place of, like, the way they think. And they don't know about my channels because what this is the first time that I actually open up about this. I'm just not scared from of them because of the shame or they will judge me. No, it's also because of domestic abuse.
Mm.
You
Being
still live with
beaten.
your family? You still live with your family?
Right now, no, but now, like in a week or less, I'm gonna be there again.
Why are you going there? I wouldn't. I stopped. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get into, like, because I wanna try to bring back the topic to where Dana wanted, like, positive.
Come on,
Girl,
Miriam.
I've been there. I've been there. I've been there, and it's only up to you to get out.
yeah,
You, it's like just like meditation. I'm trying to learn. Like yesterday, I tried to meditate. We have something called mindful wellness. It's every day, different times of the day, 15 minutes meditation. I always like say, oh, I can't do this, I'm busy. Yesterday, I decided I'm gonna do it. I
Maybe just
was
start
an
with 5 minutes,
fail.
Miriam.
I
Everyone
was
that wants to start meditation, start with 5 minutes. Don't aim
Yeah.
for
I
15.
failed in 30 seconds, but I said, you know what? This time I'm gonna.
1 minute. Start with 1 minute.
But listen, I kept listening to her. I couldn't close my eyes. I drink too much coffee,
Oh well, yeah.
I'm like
Listen,
this since 5
one of the
a.m.
things that they say with TM, one of the first things I do in the morning is meditate, and I won't have coffee or anything caffeinated beforehand because it will affect your ability to really just to kind of be still.
Yeah, true. Well, it was in the middle of the day. Like they changed. It's like a program through my work. So, but I'm going to
Oh, that's
start.
nice.
I laughed at myself. I'm like, look at me trying to meditate and I can't. But I will get there. Like
You will
that's
get
in
there.
my bucket list.
You will get there. And as we were just saying that is important because so often like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm never going to be able to do this. No, you have to start saying little by little, I
It
will
takes
get there.
practice.
Yeah, and Sad Star. Oh my God, I don't want to call you Sad Star anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
Star.
Star.
Look at your
Oh,
name.
yeah,
Your
just
name is
make
an
it
oxymoron.
Star.
Yeah, your name
It
is
was
an
an
oxymoron.
inside. It
Star
was
is
an
always
inside
something that
joke.
lights up everybody.
It was an inside joke with my best friend. I was like, everybody on YouTube has such a cool name, and I can't come up with a cool name, so let's think of the cheesiest, weirdest name that we can come up. And then she was like, dude, you're depressed. Just say you're depressed. And I'm just like, okay, sad star. That's it.
No.
Here we go.
How about
What you
just
say
Star?
in the world becomes what you create and what you
Yeah.
experience.
Listen, I'm not paid by Monique as a joke, but like that's
I love
really
that.
a joke, a housewife joke. You know? That's really a housewife joke, and I'm still having.
We
like,
all get it too.
about it, so I keep it till it becomes really silly and nobody gets it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, change your name. Honestly, This is my humble advice to you. Change your name, and they don't need to know about your YouTube if you're not comfortable. But I understand that
You're not your audience.
Unlearn. Yeah,
No.
you need to unlearn the baggage that you carry. I have a lot of baggage. Sometimes I feel like I listen to myself.
Change that, Miriam. No.
Yeah.
Change that. Don't say I have a lot of baggage.
No, you have to unlearn to carry it. Then you will feel its heaviness, and you will just want to release it. This is what I've been trying to do, even with my kids. It's hard. They're teenagers.
It's challenging. It's not hard.
It's challenging. Exactly. See, he's teaching me words, and I'm accepting them. And you just need to. You're too young to be talking like an almost 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost 50.
I feel 50 plus. I've been feeling like that for a long time now.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. And believe me, no one angry will dance. That's
Yeah, that's
that is
true.
the words of
It
the
is so
night.
Girl.
true, Dana. Wow, like it's an epiphany. Nobody is angry can dance. No
And
one.
Star, I wonder the types of things the types of music that you listen to, the types of shows that you watch. Because if you're watching things and listening to things that are bringing you down, because I remember as your age and probably younger, listening to sad music. I was a sad teenager.
Oh yeah.
No,
I've learned to let those things go. I have my moments because sad music can lift you up too at certain points, but not to drown myself in that world. And that's important because you'd be surprised. And as I said to you before, I feel like your body and everything around you is telling you to make the change. It's just for you to start taking the steps. And as I said before, taking one of those steps is critical for you because none of us are Dear Dana's an expert, but none of me and Mira aren't experts in the world of mental health. You have to go speak to a therapist first before you do anything else.
One thing I know, sadness is addictive. I used to walk my daily walks. I used to walk only listening to sad songs that would speak experiences. I'm telling you, as soon as I stopped and I'm listening either to Adam or you guys, it's different. I'm laughing, I'm walking, and it changes your whole mindset. And I even forgot the sad playlists that I have on my phone.
Well, you know what it is? It's not that feeling sad is addictive. Emotions are addictive. So if you want to feel good, surround yourself with good things, and that becomes addictive. Like, I need more of that.
It's like now, if my husband wants to watch a lot of shoot 'em up things, I have to leave the room because I don't want to watch. Look, I'm not a goody two shoes. Let me just make that clear, okay? It's not like I don't say a curse word here and there and all the other stuff. I just don't want to invite a lot of dark on my channel. Okay,
you gotta find balance. Every once in a while, like last weekend, I was watching, what was it? I Care a Lot, which is really like this crazy movie on Netflix. And then, this weekend I'll probably watch something really light, something that's going to be funny because like even watching like The Housewives and things like that, that's funny to me.
Yeah.
Even though it can get dark in certain people's lives, like Erica Girardi. However,
oh my God,
Arena.
But then you know what I end up Arena. Or then I'll end up watching maybe like the first season of The Real Housewives of New York because it makes me feel good because Ramona's crazy. So you have to figure out what that is for you. That could be comedy. That could be a certain type of movie. That could be certain types of songs. It's okay to feel sad, but to dwell in it is just going to create more reasons to dwell in it more often and for longer periods of time.
And you don't want to compartmentalize all of that in your body. You want it out of your body. Yeah. Find ways to get it out of your body.
That's just why make that choice. Yeah.
When I
actually practice dancing nowadays. I just listen to music. Before I came into the live stream, I was actually listening to Sunny by Boney M. So it's a good song, and it just made me feel really good. My other channel actually gives me a lot of good vibes because it's a music channel. I do remixes, and I have a lot of requests like of different songs that I can listen to and remix for the viewers. And it really gives me a good vibe because everybody's like really cute and very lovey-dovey over there, and they love the music, and it's such a good. About my Campfire asked what kind of music do I listen to, so I listen to music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I know I sound like an old person now.
No, you have an old soul.
Look at that name, Shooting Star Podcast.
I like that.
Yeah. No more sad star. I don't wanna hear, and I don't wanna say it. This is the last time I said.
Star.
Hey, don't make me come whip your butt, girl.
we should like choose a new name for me, to be honest.
We just chose names.
Yeah, let's take a poll, but Jenny's name was good, Shooting Star.
Yeah, I like Shooting Star.
Shooting Stars.
I like that lots.
I love watching a shooting star. You make a wish on a shooting star.
That's true.
That's a very positive name. That just evokes a lot of energy in my gut just saying it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, positive energy. Just that was good, Jenny.
Very good.
Shooting star. Think about a shooting star. You make it like Campfire said. You make a wish every time you see a shooting star.
Yeah.
I guess so.
But we can take a poll if you wanted to.
Okay.
Someone said, FYI, 50 is not old.
Okay.
And Miriam doesn't even look like she's near 50.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be 50 in September. So.
Oh,
well,
birthday.
You don't look
my
like that.
My birthday's next week, and I'll be 100.
Oh, you're 100. Stop. You look fabulous for 100.
That's fabulous.
Even the Queen of England isn't 100 yet, Dana. Come on.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so much to be. We were talking about. Just look. Think about. I don't even want to call you SAD Star. I'm not going to call you that anymore. But just think. Sharing with us just now.
You know what? I'm gonna make it easier for everybody. I'll just give you my real name. My real name is Sana, Sana.
Sana.
Which is the first time that I reveal it on YouTube ever. So here we go.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Sana.
Hi, Sana.
Just talking. I'm honored. Just talking to us just now. Listen to the tone of your voice and the energy now. So different.
Sana has a beautiful name in Arabic. Why don't you find the meaning like the perfect word in English? Your name is beautiful.
Well, my name came from the Quran, the holy book
Yes.
of Quran. It was actually a very weird name. So the story behind it is that there was a group of people, a bunch of people who were very, very bad, and God wanted to punish them in a very special way. So he sent them a blight. He sent a very, very like shining, very bright lightning that was so loud and so bright, it actually burst their eardrums and made them blind, and they lived through it, and then they died. But
I literally just looked it up, and it said, and it's so funny that your name right now is Sad Star, and you're going through what you're going through, and your name, your real name, means brightness, radiance.
Exactly.
That's who you came here to be.
Oh my
Bright Star.
Yeah, like that's my thing. Like she said, Sana, I'm like, what?
Wow, what a difference, girl.
Your name
And
is
then
so powerful. Your name is not just something that your parents gave you. It's what you came into this world to live and to be.
Yeah. Come
What
on.
a difference.
Come on,
I'm
Sana.
like,
Come
I
on.
hope I can be that to people.
no, you can be that. Don't hope.
You
Don't
just
hope. That's about what this manifesting is about. You walk forward fearlessly into it. You do the work, you visualize it. Here's another thing. You can take index cards and write on 25 or 50 whatever index cards what you visualize, individual words, as goals for you,
Mm-hmm.
and read them in the morning, in the night, when you wake up, when you go to bed, every day. Let that be the first and last thing you do every day.
like Candace.
Yeah,
Those notes.
yeah, and let it be a positive thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like meditation. It's like manifesting. It becomes a focus, an unconscious focus in your mind that sets forth. It's not just a magical thing.
Yeah.
I mean, people see it as magical because what happens is it becomes such an unconscious focus that you begin walking in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Till
And
ultimately,
that goes back to and I wasn't being sarcastic when I first commented earlier tonight when I said, when you think it, it's already done, because that's just the beginning of the process.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've thought it, and now everything is starting to move in that direction, both negative or positive. So if you're thinking negative, all right, it's already done. Now everything's moving to make that negative thing happen and show up in your life in so many different ways. So if that is the fact, instead of manifesting subconsciously, we should all be manifesting consciously, because we are the creators of every experience and every person that comes into our lives.
Yeah.
Funny you say that, because that sums up my journey, kind of like when I went back to work. It was hard. I've been for 13 years staying home, no part-time, no nothing. I would just do interpreting here and there. Then it was like I thought I needed to be a teacher. That was the only job I could be in order to take care of my kids as a single mom. But I lost 4 years being a substitute teacher, and I never landed the job. And then I'm like, I just stopped. I said, okay, this is not working. I need to resurrect my career that I left behind in Lebanon. So this is how I went back to pick up my career. I started slow and low, but you can say in 3 years, I've done what some people accomplish in 10.
Wow.
Which, yeah, I'm not where I need to be. Don't get me wrong. But
No, you are exactly where you are. You're supposed
yeah,
to be.
from where I began to where I am now, I improved 250%. So yeah, but just don't think of any astrological number. But anyhow, we have to stop and celebrate our victories.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like,
And stop comparing our lives to other people and where they are in their lives.
exactly. And even at work, I am not happy with my current work, but I know what I want to do. And guess what? Now I'm doing it's not my business as usual. It's the extra. I'm doing what brings me happiness.
Mm.
yes,
And this is what I'm letting consume my days at work. I'm feeling like happier even in the job that I don't like, because I'm doing what I like. Way I manifested, I had a lot of obstacles. I'm not going to get into details. What if someone is listening to me? But to the point that I have this big idea that I thought everybody was going to roll their eyes, became a thing, and it's going to be a signature event. Every year they're going to do that. So it was supposed to be one call, 1 hour. It became 5. It's going to end. The series is going to end like in May. And now I'm a co-chair of something. My name is started to be mentioned. So, yeah, celebrate.
And that's also a really great reminder for people that feel like, oh, I want to quit my main job that's paying the rent, but I can't still have my passion. You're doing both, and it's helping you be okay with the job that you don't really love.
Yes.
But you're still doing your passion on the side. Same with me. I have a corporate job as well, but I'm doing so many other things creatively that I had stopped doing. But I was traveling, which also added to my happiness. But at the same time, we have to be able to accept that, sometimes life is not going to be, quitting your job and just doing your dream. It can be that, some people are able to do that more than others, but I'm a Taurus, so I can't really, I'm practical. I like my luxuries.
Yeah.
So I need, look, there's a certain lifestyle I need to live, as you can see. But I think we need to get away from the idea that we can't have it all. We can't work the regular job, but still do the things that we really love to do. Because a lot of times that regular job that you don't love so much is paying for the opportunities to do the things that you love to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I was really upset. I didn't I applied to 2 jobs. I got the interviews. One is still pending. It's been more than 2 months. And I was kind of like letting that drag me down. But then again, I said, you know what? This might be a blessing in disguise.
And it is.
It was a blessing in disguise that I didn't land the job to be a teacher, because now, especially with COVID, oh my God, I can't imagine myself in that situation.
Right.
I admire teachers, but it was really hard on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I cried so much when I didn't get the job that I wanted as a teacher. I cried so much. But guess what? I'm practicing my ESLs where I'm working now,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do it online, so.
Yeah, I'm the lady with the funny accent in the era of diversity and inclusion. So my brand is trending.
And it's so funny because, during the pandemic, there was a job in 2019 that I wanted to. I was like, oh, I want to work in a tech startup, blah, blah. I went for an interview and I really wanted this job. I didn't get the job. And, ego was like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get the job. I know I'm really overqualified for the job. I should have gotten that job. To find out that company is no longer in existence.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then to also be reminded, that's not what I want to do. I think that's the thing I'm supposed to do. I got to, have a certain sort of lifestyle. I have to have a certain, job or title or thing like that. But then the universe, your life reminds you, and it always comes back where you're reminded, no, that's not what you really want. What you really want is what you're doing now, what you're creating now, not the job. And look, what if I had taken that job? Then I wouldn't be as comfortable as I am now doing what I'm doing right now. And, in the moment, feel what you're going to feel, but don't let that feeling exist too long.
Sometimes we get so wrapped up in the minutia of things.
Yes.
And we don't try to look at what could be. And, I try to look at the fact that what are the other opportunities that may be heading our way, right? We can't see that far, but we know at the core of us what the intention is that we want to bloom, right? Do you get what I'm saying? We know what we want to create. So is it going to be created this way or that way or that way? I don't really care.
And it usually, and when we're creating it, it's usually not the way we thought it was going to happen.
Bingo. That's my point.
I feel like we're all prisoners. We think things need to happen in a certain sequence or in a certain way, but that is just the biggest myth of life.
The universe laughs at us. The universe laughs at us and says, no, we can do it this way.
We think we have to control it necessarily. Doesn't matter how we get there as long as we get there. Right?
Sure.
So what I want to go back to as well, though, as far as how does the energy come into it, right? When I first delved into energy years ago, I thought, well, I know I feel energy. I know we're made of energy. How much of it is, woo-woo stuff? Well, when you really think of it, it's not so much woo-woo. Because if we're feeling really low, you can feel it in your body. You can feel when you feel heavy and low and your energy's low and you're resonating low. Your frequency is low. And I brought that up in another episode, for lack of better, but your frequency is low. So atoms vibrate at a certain level, things vibrate at a certain frequency. So for lack of better, let's say we're playing a game, right? And in that game, the game has circles, and only certain things can come in those circles if they vibrate at a certain way. So let's say level 10, we can only get the level 10 toys to come in there if they vibrate at level 10. But nothing else can come in level 10 because they're not vibrating at level 10.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to level 50, right, we have to make it to that ring.
We got to be that same level of energy.
Yeah, just like the game.
So when people in your life when people in your life show up that are at a level 1, it's a reminder to you that, oh wait, I'm at a level 1.
I'm gonna level up.
Level up, level up.
That's what I mean when I tell people level up.
No, I've already
Get your
leveled
energy up.
I've already leveled up way more than I've expected this month, to be honest.
Right.
Way more than I've ever done in
focus
the
on
last
that.
21 years.
Well, focus on that, because that was not the impression I got listening to you.
No,
this
actually,
is why,
I
like, I tried
worse.
only to listen, but tonight I felt the urge. I just want to shake you, you know, get out of this funk. And
well, sometimes it's not so easy.
I know.
Especially if there's a mental health situation going on. And that's why I said the priority should be seeing someone, because there might be something chemically that might be imbalanced.
Yeah, that should be part of her plan. Put that as a priority. You know?
It's also not easy because right now where my headspace is at, or the responsibilities that I'm handling or going to handle in a few when I get to Egypt, I'm trying to control my life.
Are you gonna get married?
No. Actually, that's one thing that my family and I finally agreed on, is that I'm not gonna get married. I told them, listen, I have a pace at my life. I have plans. I want to do something. And marriage, I'm not the kind of girl that gets married. Not now. If I ever find the right partner at the right time, when
you're 21, there's no rush.
When I feel safe, I'm gonna do it. But nobody's gonna tell me when to do it and how to do it.
Is this part of your frustration, going to Egypt now?
No. Actually, going to Egypt is one of the things that I know is going to solve some of my issues, because Ukraine is horrible. But going to Egypt, I know I'm going to be responsible for myself, responsible for my grandma, and also kind of emotionally and psychologically responsible for my mom. So I'm handling 3 adults. One is like 40 something, one is 80 something, and then there is me. And I have to keep up for the 3 of us.
But my question is, you were 21 years old. Why are you responsible for 2 adults?
So my grandma, I'm going to be her only caretaker, because my mom is in another country, trying to get custody back of my brother and sister that we have not heard from in a few months, and we have not seen them in a few months. And this is one of the reasons why I'm depressed. Well, more depressed than usual, because we haven't seen them in months, and I have been trying to get in contact with them since September, but we have not seen them, we have not heard from them.
Who has them?
My stepdad. And my mom hasn't even seen them since then. I tried getting in contact. I couldn't get in contact with them. It's been too much pressure on me, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
And my mom's mental health has been declining because of that. I've been trying to be good support. I've been understanding.
But listen, you are not responsible for your mom. You are not responsible for your mom. Do you hear me?
Yes.
You are not. You are just barely out of your teenage years.
Yes.
You cannot.
And you had a stroke.
You cannot be responsible for your mother.
You are not.
But you know, when you're the only child and you're the eldest child, because my brother is 13 and my sister just turned 8 on 3rd of March. So it's like I'm the only person. I know I can't be responsible for her, and I know that I cannot do things that I cannot try to do things that are out of my reach, and I know they're out of my reach. Like, there's nothing that I can do in this situation. But, you know, if you can do something to help somebody mentally or emotionally, if you can be there for them as a support, I try to do that for my mom.
Yeah, but you have to help yourself first, or else you can't help anybody else. You need to help yourself first.
Especially based on what you've told us tonight, with all the things that have
Exactly.
been going on with you physically. You had a stroke. You're 21 years old.
Yeah.
That's not normal for someone your age to have a stroke at that age.
I am shocked that she's 21, to be honest with you.
You cannot be of help to your mom if you're not here. So
Exactly.
you need to get the help you need, okay?
Yeah, but I also have my grandma to take care of.
Don't start the
So,
sentence with but. You can love your grandma
of
by
course.
taking care of yourself, then you're going to be stronger, then you can help her. You won't be able to help her, anyone, if you're broken, physically or mentally. You have to put priority to yourself.
Nobody's not saying not to help your grandmother. We're just saying make yourself a priority so you can help her. It's like when you're on an airplane, they tell the mothers if the plane begins to go down, give yourself oxygen first before you give it to your child so that you can help your child.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I really try to do that, but I'm trying to help myself. I'm actually helping myself. I'm not trying. I am in the process of helping myself. I'm doing it. But sometimes when you get things thrown your way, and there's like, it's not that there's no time, that like there's time to handle it later on. No, it's like right now. You have to do it right now. And these are the kinds of situations that I'm going through regarding everything. So, you know, I'm really trying my best, especially with my family and the trauma and the issues that we had. And but other than that, regarding work, like there was one thing that Campfire said about work, and him when he didn't get a job. So I know I know I'm talking too much. I'm a talkative person. So when I first went to the job that I just left a while ago, last job that I'm gonna like that I have in Ukraine, thank God. So I actually there were 10 interns, including myself, and I was the only one who was hired. I was hired because I was the one who gave the like my all into the job, and as you can see, it was 9 hours of work, and I gave 19. That was when I was working, but as an intern, it was only practice. One thing that I learned from that job is that I'm not a person who's meant to have a 9 to 5 job. It's not the thing that I'm born for.
Right?
This is not for me at all. This is one thing that I learned about myself, and I'm trying to work on finding something that doesn't include the 9 to 5, but not right now, maybe later on. But what right now I'm going to get a 9 to 5 in Egypt for sure.
Well, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, I hope so.
We'll get you there.
I'm sorry for talking your ears off, guys. By the way, one last question: do you guys know your personality types? Your MBI personality type?
Oh,
I used to.
and I don't remember mine.
What is that? Every day I have a different personality.
I'm going to call you Ramona, Miriam.
So Miriam says she's multiple personalities.
I'm watching on Bravo. Oh God.
I'm definitely not Ramona or
No.
Lisa Rinna for sure.
So Ramona and Lisa Rinna are the MBI personality types now. Is this where we're going to?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Somebody before told me on one of Adam's streams that I sound like Peggy. My voice sounds like Peggy in the way I talk.
Peggy from OC?
Beverly OC?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Do I sound like her?
I don't know.
I know. I think it's because you have an accent, just like I have. We all
Yeah,
sound
we
like
both.
Peggy.
Yeah, we both. It's a little
Allegedly.
Eastern accent.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I might change my name to allegedly or
Well,
disclaimer.
disclaimer. I recently found out that I am an INFJT, which is crazy.
What is that?
So
It's personality types.
it's a personality type, yeah. It's like 1 to 2% of the Earth population have that personality, and I was like, what? I'm special? Oh my God, no! There must be a mistake.
It's those the initials stand for different things.
Yeah,
And personality type.
introvert, intuitive, FJ. I forgot what the F and judgmental is for J.
Feeling and
Feeling and judgmental.
it's the whole thing.
Oh,
I took one a long time ago, but I can't remember. So
Is
Yeah, I
it
can't
accurate
remember mine.
though? Is it accurate?
I guess it can change. I don't know.
Really?
But yeah, it was back
every day
then.
with me.
Every day. A new
But-
week every day.
But not to switch gears, but as we begin to wrap up, because it is going on to 2 hours, and I can
And
see
I have a club to go to. I'm joking.
you have a what to go to?
I said a club, but I'm joking.
The background to a club.
Let's
Going
get
right
it.
to my bed.
Get it, girl.
What's the time in America right now?
Oh, it's New York is 10 p.m.
Yes, it's that.
This is what happens when you become an adult and get responsibilities, and we all start going.
What about you, Dana? What's the time at your place?
It is 10:02. We've been going for 2 hours.
Well, in Ukraine, guess what's the time now in Ukraine?
Probably 8 o'clock in the morning.
No,
What?
3 o'clock.
it's 5:03 a.m.
Oh, Lord, have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, a girl never sleeps anymore.
Yeah, I can see that.
And sleep is important for your mental health too.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I just think, should I sleep or should I make Rebecca and Ziad videos for my subscribers? And
No,
then my
you can go to
subscribers are more special.
go
My
to sleep.
subscribers-
Damn it!
Back
Yeah.
in worth it. I'm mad at Rebecca. Don't get me started right now.
You cannot
I'm not-
heal if you don't sleep. You heal when you sleep,
Yeah.
girl.
So important.
No wonder you had a damn stroke. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love you, but I'm telling you like a mother. Don't make me come over there.
Girl, don't come to Ukraine. Don't come to Ukraine.
But anyway, I want to wrap up with saying
Positive thing.
positive things. First of all, I love you, Sana. Take care of
Thank you.
yourself.
You too.
Secondly, all of you, start doing things to change your self-talk, first and foremost. Secondly, you have to breathe anyway. Start doing conscious breathing. Set goals for yourself. Put little goal cards in your pocket. Put a piece of paper, start with one. Put a piece of paper in your pocket. Do a focus for a manifestation. One manifestation. Carry the piece of paper every single day where you have to see it. I'm getting tired, can you tell? Where you have to see it every single day and work towards it. Let it become part of your unconscious and watch what happens. And start trying to change your energy.
Yeah.
Quit beating up on yourself.
Yeah.
Stop self-sabotaging. If you're being kind to everyone else and you're not being kind to yourself, you're being a hypocrite. Let's be honest. You can't be genuine as an individual if you're living one way towards others and not the same way towards yourself. Take Kempire as an example every time you want to backslide. See what he did? And
He's hypnotizing me.
We're all rocking. See, you can't be.
I'm moving the energy. I'm moving the energy.
And in the end,
Campfire is channeling the energy from the club that he's
Yes.
to.
Well, you know, when I was a kid, I used to rock back and forth in my couch. It's self-soothing.
Yeah.
See if I can get this.
I know. I have one too. I don't have it right here, but I love the vibration. But you can buy that. No, I want to buy the. You can get that vibration on YouTube for free.
What?
The sound. You can get it on YouTube.
Damn it! This is a key. If you are not in a relaxed state, you cannot get the bowl to sing.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I was going to say.
Focus.
It takes focus. If you're not in a relaxed state, you can't get the bowl to sing. If you're connecting with other people and the energy's wonky, it's not going to sing.
Yeah.
My
Is that the same ball that
therapy is
cannot
eating
hit
pies,
the
and that's
channel?
it.
Two people were talking. What did you say?
Is this the same ball that Kelly Dodd hit Shannon with?
No.
Oh my God.
This is too small. You see this?
But isn't it the same but bigger?
Oh yeah, because they have bigger sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you, Empire, for coming on.
Thank you,
Thank you, Sana. Thank you, Miriam. I wanted to hit more topics, but I think we hit a lot of important stuff.
We did.
And thank you, everybody, all the viewers here for coming. I love and appreciate you all. Have a beautiful week.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And we're going to check out. Please like and subscribe.